stars. According to InStyle, Kate Middleton's cancer announcement video had a hidden meaning, and for once it had nothing to do with her outfit. Kate Middleton is no stranger to sending hidden messages with her clothes, whether she's paying homage to her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana's most iconic outfits, or giving a sartorial shout-out to her 3 children with a sentimental necklace that bears their initials. But when it came time to reveal her cancer diagnosis, rather than have her outfit doing the talking, it was instead her surroundings that included a subtle message of symbolism. In a video to announce the news, the Princess of Wales sat on a bench at the Gardens of Windsor, surrounded by a field full of daffodils in bloom, which also happens to be the flower associated with cancer patients and survivors due to their reputation for strength and resilience. According to the cancer charity Marie Curie's website, daffodils are seen as a symbol of spring and symbolize new beginnings and rebirth, adding, "They're a positive, life-affirming symbol with a bright and joyful yellow." I think they're also a national flower of Wales. It's a little unclear to me. Is Wales a separate country? I got in a lot of trouble for pronouncing Balmoral as Balmoral. Balmoral? I think that's it. But that was like the biggest comment I got on a very spicy video about this whole situation. I've learned my lesson. Balmoral, debacle. What other pronunciation attacks have I suffered? They're a positive, life-affirming symbol with a bright and joyful yellow. Additionally, there's Daffodil Day, in which individuals wear the flowers pinned onto their lapels in solidarity with both patients and survivors. Likely, this was the princess's way of reassuring those affected by cancer that they are not alone, as she already stated in her emotional video message that also revealed she's in the early stages of preventative chemotherapy. I know I have some cancer patients among my followers, and I've heard it discussed that chemotherapy it's something that gets put in your blood, or it could be a pill. And I know we've heard about this preventative chemotherapy, but does that mean, I don't know. I'm looking forward to posts from people who know what this means, just to elaborate, because it just sounds so strange. If you're in the early stages of preventative chemotherapy, do you have cancer, or is the cancer over or gone or cured or something? Middleton found out about her cancer in February following her planned abdominal surgery the month prior. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful, however. Tests after the operation found cancer had been present. She stated, "My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment." What I understand is that chemotherapy is a heck of a very taxing treatment. It's not something undertaken lightly, and it's not the easiest on your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's best, okay, but I mean, there's definitely, I've seen some posts on here about raising questions about, I guess, the toxicity of it versus the health enhancing benefits. But if you know more, please weigh in. She explained that she and William wanted to share the news with their children before announcing anything publicly. This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family, she added. As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay. Well, there you have it. Yellow flowers. It evokes cancer awareness and cancer advocacy and cancer charities, because there have been some questions raised about whether there are actually daffodils growing near the one bench we know about on the Windsor property. It may have been a thematic backdrop chosen and added to the recording, because it certainly doesn't move, and some people have pointed out that there are sections of it that change during the video. Questions, right? But I believe that the pursuit of health is positive. The awareness and support of people suffering with cancer and recovering from it is positive. I don't know how to feel about the steps on the road to this cancer revelation, right? I think that a proof of life video saying, hey guys, I'm okay, in January, February would have answered the call without it being about cancer. Just to say, hey, I'm okay, fall back, would have been enough. It didn't need to be like a big reveal, right? Especially if it's something, I mean, our friend Farrah Fawcett had some issues with her health. And because it was, I understand, too invasive of a treatment, too embarrassing, that the choice was made to not pursue all the health, I guess, options that were available. And it was a factor in her demise. Forgive me if I'm not summarizing it correctly, but there are troubling and embarrassing kinds of diseases and cancers that it can shatter your self-esteem, even breast cancer, right? Reconstructive or cosmetic surgery in, I guess, the treatment of that is a real thing. And, I guess this is a great moment for advocacy for, health and treatment and cancer and all of that. But we just needed to know homegirl was okay, because the honeycomb hideout moves were and are troubling, right? We'll see if this all adds up in the end, but okay, yellow flowers, we get it now, but is that a real location on the Windsor property? But there have been some questionable notes played in this melody.